Hello everyone, welcome to my quick guide for Inage. In this guide, you will learn all about Inage, our skills breakdown, potentials, tension card, teams and rotation. Let's jump right into the video. Hinage is a melee damage character who does solid break damage and provide your team with defense threat, allowing for higher damage for her and your teammate, while also having the abilities to counter enemies' physical attack through her hold basic attack. Basic info. She has a maximum attack ability, support ability of 2 points, difficulty of 2 points and break ability of 3. Primary attack does up to 3 stages of basic attack. When holding the basic attack, she enters into a state where she charges up her attack. When attacked during this state, she automatically counters. Keep in mind, you cannot counter non-physical attacks. The charge attack state has 3 stages, and the higher the stage, the higher the break and damage. She gets into the different stages by fully charging and releasing a charge attack one after another. So for this to work, you would want to charge up the first attack, hit an enemy, and then immediately go into the second charge attack and then the third charge attack. Each fully charged attack is going to give her 60 stacks of ki. These stacks are needed for a strategy skill. Now keep in mind, each stage, regardless of the stage 1, stage 2 or stage 3, will give 60 stacks of ki. Secondary attack does a leap towards the enemies, dealing damage and break value. This attack gives her a stack of 60 ki. Counter attack. Perform a counter attack dealing damage and break value. You cannot counter non-physical attack, and this does not give you any stacks of ki. Ideally, you want to use our old basic attacks for counters, as this gives you more damage and stacks of ki, but this can change when you obtain copies of her, which we will get into. Strategy skill can be executed when at 300 stacks of fist ki. This does damage to the enemies and deal an insane amount of break value, highest single attack break value in the game so far. Ultimate skill delivers a charming pose and grants all enemies attention while decreasing their defense points. This decreases the defense of enemies regardless of where they are on the field, and keep in mind, it does not work for incoming enemies taking the field after. Chain skill does the chain skill when an enemy is broken, dealing damage and recharging tension phase by 50. Potentials. The first passive increases your damage of your fully charged primary attack, and the second passive, after using your ultimate ability, whenever you execute a fully charged attack, you deal additional damage in a large AoE surrounding yourself. What do you want for your potential? I like to split between fighting instincts, first and second passive equally. If you have less potential gems, then I would use the first passive against bosses and the second passive in AoE fights. Keep in mind, you can also use the second passive in boss fights too. Let's look at our partimons. What do you want for your substat? You want crit rate, crit damage, ultimate skill efficiency, attack, maximum stamina, of sword and spear. These are all viable substats you want for her, so you can pick and choose depending on what partimons you get and what set effect you get. And for the set bonus, attack percentage and strategy damage bonus are the way to go currently. Now keep in mind guys, as of the making of this video, the best set effect bonus for her might change with the upcoming release of upcoming partimons. I will write an update in the comment if that be the case. Let's take a look at her transcend. The first increases the ki stack she gets from her basic and secondary attack by 15 stacks. Now upon doing a deflect counter, this also increases the stack gained by 25. The second grants her 2 potential gems for potential upgrades. The third one, after performing a normal counter attack, the next basic attack will be fully charged. This can allow her to mix in normal counter attacks into her rotation. The fourth one gives her potential gems, and the fifth one, if you execute a secondary attack after a fully charged primary attack, the damage is increased and gives an additional fist ki of 50. What rotations and how do I play Hinagi? Now she has some different playstyle depending on what team and what you want to play her for. Now the first would be to use multiple secondary attacks for stacks, and then you want to follow up with your strategy skill. This is going to ensure that you gain a lot of stacks to be able to use your strategy skill for higher strategy skill damage. And the second way is going into multiple stages of our charge basic attack and then using a strategy skill. Now this is the ideal playstyle I use, and the third would be just a mix of both, using charge attacks and also using secondary attacks and to follow up with a strategy skill for that damage. Lastly, let's jump over the teams you want to run Enoke with. So basically, she can run with any teammate except for characters that can take the attention from her, like Q, IG, and Roku. Now, I wouldn't use these characters with her as it's going to be very hard for her to be able to get those counter attacks flowing, as enemies are going to prioritize those other characters since they can take their attention away from Hinagi. Now, lastly, for tension card, what tension card do you want to use for this character? Now, you can use your standard crit tension cards like full party, maximization, things to hold on to, and also things card that gives you primary and strategy kill damage bonus will work very well. Now, this section for the tension card is up to you, depending on what teams you are playing, what characters you are playing. You will then want to optimize on what to use, but you cannot go wrong with going the standard crit route and things that give you primary and strategy skill damage bonus. And so guys, that's going to be it for my quick guide. If you have any additions, please drop them in the comment below. If you have any suggestion, any corrections, I would appreciate if you drop it in the comment below. And if this guide was helpful guys, please like the video, subscribe, and share to other people who are having difficulties building Hinagi.